No, I haven't seen the sister. Okay, we're going live. Okay, shut up.
You have seen Bob's sister. Wait, the mom's sister.
Shut up. We're going live. I'm playing this.
Yeah, man. You've seen Linda's sister
I'm playing
before.
the song. The song is playing. The song is playing.
Hey, man. Wait, where are you in too deep, man? It's too late. Go ahead and tell him.
We're talking while the song is playing. I don't even care.
Streaming live every other
Wednesday, my dude.
This is Chillcast.
Certified hood classic.
Hello. I wanted to record a message for you to help you get started on your first night. I actually worked here in that office before you. I'm finishing up my last week now, as a matter of fact. So I know it can be a bit overwhelming, but I'm here to tell you there's nothing to worry about.
Are you fucking reading this off of like your screen right now?
Dude, it's on Genius as lyrics.
Oh,
What?
Bars.
Yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's One Phone Call by Scott Collins.
Wow, man. Like, episode 96, ladies and gentlemen. Like, this is where we're at. This is where we're at.
Woo!
The
Welcome to Chillcast!
podcasters do tend to get a little quirky.
There's 3 more episodes after this, guys. You won't have to deal with this for too long.
So, I literally just did a 12-hour shift and got back home. So I had like no
Oh
time
my god,
to
you working
rest.
again?
Yeah. Did you not know that?
No, man. Fucking man. Have you seen this? Have you heard about this? Go ahead and tell me.
Yeah, dude, I'm selling corn off the freeway in San Antonio. If you see anyone selling elote out there, you know who it is. You know who it is.
Oh man, so like you don't do like the traditional cob, like you like put them shits in a bowl, mayonnaise and whatnot.
You know, I like to mix it up a little bit. You know, some days I'm doing a little spicy kind of thing. I did like a barbecue ranch thing yesterday. It was pretty interesting.
Whoa!
Yeah. I didn't
So like
sound-
usually
I
whenever
didn't
people
sound
do
like that.
barbecue ranch, anything is usually like barbecue bacon, barbecue chicken. Like you didn't add any like meat to that.
No, it's just corn.
Zach,
It's all corn.
Zach is very charitable. He also gave me like a literal truck with like oranges in them. He's very kind man.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that truck back at the end of the week, though.
No, you don't.
Okay, we'll talk about that later. But yeah,
Okay.
I just worked a 12-hour shift, and I walked in, I took my dogs out, and I set up for this beautiful episode, Showcast, episode 96. And I thought a good way to do this episode is we should plan the next 3 episodes on it, since this is the only time we ever plan anything.
That's hilarious because we have like open chats to like chat all the time. You guys just don't interact.
I know. I know. We send funny memes.
Yeah, man. I don't know why you sent me like some Garfield porn like before this shit started, but like
Okay, Sly can back me up that DW.
so Sly will do the exact opposite. If Sly wants to stay on this fucking show, he will not say anything.
I want you to think who of the 3 of us was saying Garfield porn. Is it the guy
Beat
who
up your
literally did a
Dennis.
porn stream where he played porn video games?
I'm not sure if you're aware or not, Sly, but we're talking to a guy who literally has Garfield as his fucking profile picture on Discord.
It's a chainsaw man.
And, unfortunately, you lose already.
It's a chainsaw man.
You know, he kind of got me there.
You lose already.
That was a fucking trump card at the fucking beginning.
It's a strong beginning, honestly. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and find a Garfield GIF until I put it on the screen because that's what we're gonna promote.
Yeah, put it on the last
love
episode.
Garfield. We think Garfield is epic. We think he's pretty sick.
Fucking Gazorpazorfield is actually pretty like he I feel like he's better in a way.
You know what's funny is
give him his fucking enchiladas.
Is that like a Rick and Morty?
Yeah, man, he likes enchiladas.
Yeah, I've never actually seen Rick and Morty.
He says like a lot of swear words.
Then why did you know that?
Because I know friends who quote that, and I sounded familiar. So
what are you talking about? He's Gazorpazorp fucking Field.
Damn, Gazorpazorp Field, you said a lot of fucked up shit to me, but this really takes the cake.
this one really takes the cake, man.
Shut the fuck up, John. Or what? I guess his name.
I think it was John. All right, Zach, go ahead and put that Garfield image on there. There we go. I would say to edit it to put him like a little anus, but like I feel like that's a bit much.
Put like the goatsy on there.
Whoa!
Oh, that's what we're.
So like my question to you is, when's the last time you got goat seed? Because like sometimes I have to like double check, like I have to like double take every time I see them shits.
The last tab is usually with the Mario image. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
No, I don't.
No, well,
I
it's like
actually don't know
a
what you're talking about.
it's a pixely. It's a
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
yeah
Is
yeah
that the Mario
3D.
64?
Yeah, Mario 64 probably on one. That was pretty
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, that's a good one.
is it a common one? Is it one that's recent? Like, what is that?
That's the one I see as like a fucking Twitch emote sometimes.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Speaking of Twitch, man, let's go ahead and talk about Twitch. Is anything funny happening on Twitch?
Not
Twitch
really.
is dead. Twitch is.
All right, is anything funny happening on any social platforms like YouTube or anything? Is like Logan Paul doing anything?
I think Logan Paul just
did
got
y'all-
in trouble.
About his like pig or something.
He is like scamming people out of crypto again. I think that's what he's doing.
Again?
Yeah. He sold.
Who
like,
let him get away with it twice?
I don't know, like dumb people. I'm sorry, they are dumb. They are dumb people. I've seen the interviews with them, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I paid like $1 million to Logan Paul to buy 2 of his zoo egg NFT."
In that case, I have a question then, Zach. Who do you think is dumber? People with like disposable income that fall for shit like that, or gamers?
Gamers every time. I always take gamers.
Okay, the reason I asked that because a recent thing that I've been like, it's not like a lore thing or like a fucking thing that's like hyperactive and like, oh man, like this is a must like fucking news article. Are you aware of DK Oldies?
No, I don't think I am.
So
No.
DK Oldies is a online retailer of retro games, and they do this funny tactic of like using like social media to like encapsulate commoners to like buy overpriced fucking goods. So basically, so think about like the Super Nintendo, right? The Super Nintendo, let's say like the SNES.
Nintendo, Sega Genesis.
Yeah, man. Keep talking.
No, that's all I had. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. The Super Nintendo. How much do you think that console is worth?
Like
Uh,
a brand new.
200.
The SNES.
Like brand new or like used?
There is no brand new fucking SNES. All them
in the
shits have
box,
been
you know
open.
what I mean?
Yeah, like what's the context? Like, is it like a like anything you'd buy like off of like eBay or like?
Yeah, like fucking like what is your grand tester of like how much you would pay for an SNES with
Probably
a controller and the hookups?
With a controller and everything, probably between 150 to 200.
That fucking hell! Like how much do you think that console's worth?
I would pay for that much if I got a good bundle of games with it.
Yeah, that's true.
So Zach, I guess you're one of the stupid gamers then. Unfortunately,
Oh,
that console is worth like $70 like
Oh,
max,
no.
and DK Oldies is actually putting a price that you thought, and
really?
they're selling it for $260.
Okay, that's more than what I thought.
But it's around the ballpark of like how much you thought that shit was worth for some reason.
Interesting. Yeah.
Uh,
Okay, I'm a good
let's
gamer, okay, I admit it.
let's go ahead and do a console that you're like actually like acquainted with, and you probably might know the value of. The Nintendo 64.
What? Nintendo 64? Maybe like 120.
120 is that your max?
Yes.
Okay. On DK Oldies, they're selling the Nintendo 64 for $239.99.
What the fuck? That's so much. That's way too much.
So that console is also worth like $70-$80, man. So like,
Yeah, I think that's about as much as I got. R64.
how much would you pay for a PS2 Slim?
A PS2 Slim? Probably like 80.
See, like now you're thinking. You're actually thinking about
Yeah,
it.
80.
DK Oldies is selling it for $210. And obviously, like after hearing that price, you are now aware of like how like ridiculous them shits is.
Yeah, that's actually pretty eye-opening. Well, how much is a PS Slim actually?
PS Slim is probably going for like $60.
Okay.
Those things were like mass produced.
Yeah, Saudi Arabia bought them all to make rockets. Do you remember that?
No.
That was a news story that was going around. That was a true news story. People were scared about it.
Oh.
Yeah.
How much would you pay for a PS3 in current time?
A PS3, probably like 60.
The slim model, like not the super slim. I'm not sure if you're aware of the super slim or not, but like there is the slim model that everybody had.
60.
$60 for a PS3?
Yeah.
Okay. How about you, Sly?
That'd be like, I don't know. I didn't think it'd be much different from a PS2 Slim, but I would probably be like 90 maybe.
Oh, that's closer. I would say like a PS3 is like worth like $100. I always think about like the library and like fucking how easy it is to like get the games, and then like basically you'll have your value.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure that you guys already know how much the PS4 is fucking worth, considering that like people can't even get a PS5, so like they have to like fucking go with what they can.
Yeah, probably like I don't know, like 150.
Oh no, fucking like that shit is like still around the $300 mark.
Oh really? Wow.
Yeah, especially because they still have games coming out for.
Yeah, like so like
true.
that's my problem with the current like video game market right now. In order for people to like be sold on the PS5, why don't just make PS5 exclusive games instead of making it for both consoles? That's pissing me off.
I think it's because Corona and stuff that they didn't have time to make games exclusive for PS5. You know what I mean?
I get it.
It was slowed down.
Well, like they're still releasing games for the PS4 and PS5, like in current date.
I think it's because those developers have been working on those games for the PS4 for a long time.
Oh.
So they're upgrading them to the PS5.
Gotcha.
And plus,
well, the only three like PS5 exclusive games that we got right now is the Ratchet and Clank, fucking Returnal, and fucking Dark Souls, Demon Souls.
Yeah, Demon Souls.
Yeah, man, and that's a bit worrying that like the games that like came out when the console came out is like the only ones that are like exclusively like you can't play those on the PS4.
Well, Tekken 8's gonna be exclusive. Well, not exclusive, but it's gonna be next gen.
It is gonna be a next gen.
When it comes down like 8 years.
It's coming out this year. And
it's not coming out this year.
It's coming out this year.
It is not coming out this year.
It's coming out this year, and let me tell you why. Because they're not gonna do an arcade fucking marketing scheme like they usually do in Japan, and they're just gonna like fucking flat out just drop the thing.
Yeah, that's fine. It's not coming out this year.
It's gonna come out this year, it just won't be finished. It's gonna come out this year, it just won't be finished.
No, okay, see, that's different. I can believe that.
I know you can believe it because it's real.
It's not real.
All right, so Sly, what's your who do you think is gonna win this debate? Do you think it's not gonna come out this year? Do you think it's gonna come out this year?
I would have some faith. I'd say this year, mainly because of the whole like them not being hindered by the arcade cabinet thing. That's a pretty good.
Correct.
That's a pretty good sign of them not slowing down.
Now, my question to you is: do you think like we're gonna have like a full roster of characters to play with day one, or do you think they're gonna be like, yeah, man, we're gonna do like 12 fucking like character drops throughout time? Look forward to it.
Considering Bandai Namco, they probably would go that route. The whole like, oh yeah, here's Paul, Jack, Law, Jin, Kazuya, June, and yeah, have fun for now.
If they just drop that, I think I'm gonna still buy that shit. Not for $60.
Yeah, not for. It's probably gonna be $70.
Fucking hell.
Oh yeah,
it is. Oh man, that makes me sad. Actually, pay $70 for a fighting game. I thought 60 was fucking pushing it.
Now, do you think Tekken is actually gonna have like anything first, or not like single player content? You know, that was Street Fighter 5.
I think what they're gonna do is make a couple of cutscenes and have us fight a couple of people.
Yeah, I mean that was
like
the first thing they showed was a cutscene fight.
Yes, almost immediately. So like,
it looked cool.
Fucking Tekken 7 was underwhelming because like the character stories were just reduced to one fight, And I was like, oh my god.
And then some people didn't have character stories. They were part of that big Mishima saga thing.
Yes.
And that was lame as fuck.
I remember doing Lucky Chloe's, and I was like, oh, all right. So I battle Eddie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's it. All right, I win.
And then you kill him.
No, he's forced to be your backup dancer.
Oh yeah, what was the one where it's like someone like jumping off the roof because they were trying to catch a piece of paper and she just sees it happen and doesn't report it to the authorities?
That sounds like something you just made up.
No, that's someone's ending. I think it's Kuma. I think it's a Kuma ending.
Oh.
Kuma just like fucking falls off of the Mishima building and dies, and that's why he's not.
That sounds very good, actually.
Or you know what? I don't remember. Because I know Josie fights one of the bears because she's like, oh my god, it's a bear! I'm so scared of the bear!
Yeah, man, it's like super kawaii.
Yeah. I hope Josie comes back. I like Josie.
I think... So, like, I have a bunch of friends that are, like, memeing me to death. Because, like, alright, so I hate Negan, right? I hate Negan being in the game. Everything he does...
I love
everything he does stuns, and, like, that's why I don't like him.
He goes, hit.
No, shut the fuck up.
But you got your shit in pants on.
You got your shit.
Everybody wants Negan to come back, and I'm like, no. I don't think.
What if they get Norman Reedus?
Oh,
because
like
of fucking
Stranding?
Death Stranding.
Yeah, they should get the actual character from Death Stranding. He like uses his boxes.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Man, I would rather have fucking Kiryu from fucking Yakuza, which
I mean,
he should have already been in.
Kiryu, yeah.
I'm surprised he wasn't in fucking the last game. I mean, fuck. All right.
My dream character for Tekken is a JoJo character because I think they would be perfect.
I don't think any anime character is gonna be in the game now.
Probably not, but I think it would just fit.
It was a reach to put a Final Fantasy character in there.
I know. I mean, could you imagine like Dio in there and he's like buff and shit, and he has his stand come out and it's ranged and you sidestep his stand
roller.
Out. Yeah, and he throws a rolled roller.
I don't want any ranged characters in Tekken. No.
Now, are we just never gonna get Tekken Cross Street Fighter?
I think that is still happening. I think that is
happen.
still. I think it's still happening.
I want it to happen. I would love them to just really embrace the 2D, 3D thing because I think that's fun, but it's not as fun when most of the cast can't do 2D shit, you know? So I think a good 50-50 would be nice.
They would have to rework everybody's fucking movesets.
Like they did for the other game.
I think that they're gonna have their initial games come out respectively, and we're not gonna hear from like a new game for a while. Mainly because of the longevity of like how of their games with like DLC coming out and shit like that.
It's gonna be like a silent fart, like where everybody's like, "All right, I guess it's not happening." Then it'll just drop when like nobody expects it.
Yeah,
maybe.
But as far as like Tekken goes, they used to release games like very frequently, like every 2 years, and now like they're like, well, that's all games nowadays now, right? Fucking like, remember when Grand Theft Auto used to drop like that, like it fucking used to bam, bam, bam.
I think it's just harder to make games at this caliber now. You know what I mean?
So like, what's the caliber? Like, is it the graphics being increased, or is it like the gameplay being reduced for the graphics? Like, we're losing a bunch of shit.
I think it's mostly graphics.
So like,
it's like
the graphics, right? All right. So like, if it is the graphics, how come we're losing shit on top of like gaining shit? What the fuck?
I think that's a developer thing. I think developers don't. I think they found out. Like, you look at the big games. You look at the big games that sell a lot of copies and they get really good reviews, and they're games that have mostly story elements. You know, Last of Us, God of War, Red Dead Redemption.
So people want to watch a movie instead of play a game, correct?
Yes, yeah. Well, I think the general audience wants to watch a movie and not play a game because the general audience aren't gamers or people that play games a lot.
You're absolutely right. It's people who watch people play games.
Yeah, they're people who want to have a fun time. You know, so they don't like they have hard modes and stuff, but they're the main demographic of people just want to get through a game. You know.
Are you worried that like Last of Us, like kind of like The Last of Us 2 kind of undersold And that's because people would rather watch people play the game instead of playing the game.
I think it's that, and I think it was the leaks that happened before and all the stories about crunch and stuff that kind of made people not want to play it.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. It's a little bit of all that. And also,
when they made God of War a fucking story game, like that shit kind of like it peeved me for a second because like I love like the whole like you could just play God of War like mindlessly as like a button masher and like fucking like I love that aspect. When I was told I had to pay attention to playing God of War, I didn't know how to feel about that. I still don't know how to feel about that.
I don't know how to feel about it. I'm not a huge fan of it, honestly. I'm not a huge fan of like narrative games because I want to play a game. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's what I want to do. I
would rather turn off my brain to go like beep boop than like.
Shit. Tasumi in the chat. Tasumi is talking about what I wanted to talk about, which is the Last of Us TV show, and how I feel it's just like.
Oh, bro, fucking like I was about to actually segue into that when I mentioned The Last of Us 2. Go ahead.
I kind of mentioned it on Twitter. If you follow me on Twitter, I'm unhinged as fuck. But that was one of my actual sane tweets. Is that like. It isn't the point of The Last of Us, the original Last of Us and Naughty Dog, is that they wanted to show that video games can have a narrative and be taken seriously as a storytelling device. Doesn't that kind of defeat the purpose to just make it a TV show?
Yes.
Because like the first Last of Us was mocapped by actors and they did the voices, they did the actual acting. And now
correct.
They just throw that all out and they're like, no, that was for children. That was for babies. That's a baby thing. Where this is a serious drama. And I saw an interview.
The show's gonna bomb. It's not gonna get another season.
No, it's not. It's gonna bomb. It's gonna be a huge fucking failure. But I saw an interview with the actor who plays Joel in the TV show, and he said something.
What, Pedro Pascal or something?
Yeah, whatever the fuck his name is. But he said something along the lines of like, oh, when you play the video game and you die, you just respawn and everyone's back at the checkpoint and there's no gravity to that. There's no drama to that. In this, you're seeing a real human die instead of pixels. So that's confirmation that Pedro Pascal is actually killing people in that show. It's not fake. It's not an acting show. He's actually murdering people.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, but it's such a. I mean, that's like the attitude that they're going into it. It's like, oh, this is real. This is a real thing. I know you people are too fucking stupid to understand a video game, and we made it real simple for you. This is an actual human being, and he's dead. I killed him.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, they did the same thing with the Uncharted movie.
So the Uncharted movie also bombed.
Yeah.
And video game movies can be good, right? And it took us like several fucking years to like make that a thing. Like the Sonic movies are the only good video game movies. I will always say that is true. That is true.
Detective Pikachu.
Detective Pikachu is also good. But
I think that's.
Do you think this Mario movie is gonna be good?
No.
No. Why?
Because Illumination's making it.
Gotcha. So you think you'll see a minion in there somewhere, or like what?
Yes. I think the intro is gonna have like Yoshi eat a minion and he turns into a yellow Yoshi.
Not like a little gross ass Toad minion.
Yeah, I think there's gonna be like a dirty little Illumination cameo. Cause
I think everybody's lives would have like been all right if they would have just like casted the actual fucking voice actors of the characters instead of like. That's fucking actors.
That's the biggest irk. It's not even that they had to cast the original actors. It's just because I don't mind most of the voice cast, to be honest.
Nobody didn't, but like it's one of those things of like why?
It's just Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt's doing a terrible job, and it's sad because Chris Pratt has been in animated movies like the Lego Movie, and I like him a lot in that movie. Like
nobody's gonna point at a fucking sign of like the Super Mario movie and be like, we gotta see that. Fucking Seth Rogen's in it. Like that's not something that people are saying.
Donkey Kong with a big bomb. It's because Illumination is a starfucker company, and the way they make the movies. Yeah, have you heard this term before, starfucker?
No.
It's usually a person who only really collaborates with big names, and they just want big names. Hideo Kojima is a good example of a star.
Hideo Kojima.
Because he just really throws everyone out that's not like a giant celebrity, and he casts giant celebrities in his games, whether they're a good fit or not, but he just wants the clout. And that's what Illumination does with a lot of their movies. They cast gigantic, big names that can't really voice act a lot of the times because they want the clout. And they want the big name. Because people do go and see the big names.
But
animation is dead. Animation is
oh shit! Whoa! Where did that come from?
No, I'm kidding. Did you see
So
the new,
so I only want to say that animation is probably like dead because like big Hollywood doesn't give a shit about it. Therefore, they're like willfully killing it. There's a ton of streaming shows right now that didn't get renewed for another season.
Now, okay.
And just got like axed.
Okay. I think animation is not dead in the theater because we have some very incredible movies coming out in theater, and I think that's because that's where budget goes, and I think a lot
is animation for children.
No, I think we're seeing a lot of shift for animation not being for children.
Well, how do you feel about like the Academy and fucking like most award shows still like nominating animation as for children? Like you'll never see them win the big one.
The Academy is run by people who are almost at death's door, and no one gives a shit what they think anymore. So it doesn't really matter what the Academy thinks.
Oh.
I think most people don't give a shit.
You just explained like the government as well.
Yes. Isn't that funny? Anyway.
Yeah.
First of all, I went and saw that Puss in Boots movie. It's fucking incredible. It's a great fucking movie.
Did it make you cry?
It made me tear up a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
God.
I need to see Avatar 2, Avatar Poo.
I have not seen Avatar 2. I will not sit there for 4 hours to watch.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Avatar 2.
I mean, I saw the other one pretty recently, so
sitting in a seat for fucking.
I can watch the second one, but
sitting in a seat for like 4 or 5 hours to like watch these blue things jump around like with fucking. Like I don't know how I feel about that. No.
I mean,
funny?
in general,
you know what's funny is that whoever makes those fucking movies, what's the guy's name?
James
Cameron has spent like at least a small country's worth to make this fucking
he spent a whole country's worth
to make these blue people look as realistic as possible. And it's so boring looking. It's boring looking. Like it's cool, it's spectacle, but it has no art direction. And then you go look at Puss in Boots, and it costs a whole lot less. It still costs a pretty penny because it's good animation, but it costs a whole lot less, and there's a lot of flair in it because they blocked it out, and they made the scenes look good, and they had a lot of style choices and quick-witted animation, and they animated on 2s, which is technically cheaper than normal animation.
It
looks
is
better.
It is.
Yeah, and
I didn't know you were educated in that.
Because right now it's doing better on Rotten Tomatoes than Avatar, because it had style and it had an idea behind its like cinematography. And I haven't seen Avatar 2, but from what I can tell from all the trailers of them just showing like these fucking money shots of like whales coming out of the water and alien blue people in the water, and there's a lot of water, and the water physics are probably killing everyone.
So James Cameron's like biggest like quote for like that movie, right, was obviously like James Cameron's trying to beat his record, or like trying to beat Avengers.
Yeah.
And he literally the campaign was, this movie will not be streamed on streaming services. You will have to watch this in the theaters.
That's fine.
And
that's fine.
I was like, all right, cool. Good luck with that shit. I don't think anybody's gonna sit down and watch a fucking 5-6 hour movie.
every time you mention the hours, it gets longer.
Yeah, man. Who's gonna sit there and watch Blue People the movie for 7-8 hours? Like fucking.
Me, I am.
Okay.
Producer Tasumi asked D Dubman, as your opinion as an Afro-American, what's your thoughts on Black Panther 2?
Black Panther 2 has Aquaman in it, and I think that was kind of epic.
Is that true?
That movie has a cameo from Killmonger, and
like as Killmonger.
Yeah, man.
Or did
So
they
like,
just recast Michael B. Jordan?
man, fuck it. I'm about to spoil the movie. Killmonger comes back in a vision, and he literally tells like the main character, who is like, fucking the new Black Panther, the girl.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, man, just kill him, bro. And she's like, oh yeah. and then everything's like solved after that. I think that's super epic. It makes me think what the fuck was gonna happen in the original Black Panther pitch if like fucking Mans didn't die in real life.
do you think they have a bunch of footage? Because they plan these.
No, I don't think they recorded shit. I don't think they recorded a damn thing.
No, they plan these movies out. They have like their fucking.
If they did, they would have played it in like a little reel in the end, and they didn't do that.
It's just Chadwick Boseman on a green screen set.
That's pretty funny. I don't want that.
I am Black Panther.
That'll mess up everybody's immersion. Actually, Sly and fucking Zach, what is your opinion on the Marvel Cinematic Universe as of right now?
It's getting old. It's getting old.
When did it start getting old? Was it when Eternals happened, or like what?
Yeah, it's right after Tony Stark died.
Oh my god.
Well, that's Endgame. It's right after Endgame, because Endgame.
Oh, like most people are saying like after Spider-Man fucking met himself.
I was gonna say I stopped really having fun after No Way Home.
I feel like Spider-Man. I don't know why. I feel like Spider-Man like is his own thing, and I don't even consider it all.
You know what? That's absolutely fire. That is a fire opinion because I think everybody will agree with that.
Because all the other movies, like I don't give a fuck about the Thor movies or the. The Captain America movies are okay sometimes, but they're usually like filler. The Ant-Man movie, whatever, and they have to throw like 8 different cameos.
So usually my comment, Zach, is that like Spider-Man is bigger than Marvel. Yeah. That's always been my opinion.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Because even before Marvel movies, we had Spider-Man movies with Tobey Maguire.
Correct.
And Sony owned them because Sony knew that Spider-Man alone was worth money, regardless of Marvel. They just bought Spider-Man. They didn't buy Marvel.
Everybody just knew Spider-Man was cool. A lot of people didn't know what fucking comic company he belonged to. My mother, for the longest, thought like, I can't wait. I can't wait till you meet Superman.
I remember even growing up, like in the elementary, like checking out like comic books. I would be like, man, Fantastic Four is alright, but it's boring as shit. I would watch like Spider-Man's so fucking good.
Yeah.
I
remember
cool.
Like Fantastic Four in Spider-Man is better.
I remember fucking Iron Man coming out in theaters, and we went to go see it, and I was like, what the fuck is an Iron Man? I never even fucking heard of Iron Man. I know Spider-Man.
So I only knew about the song Iron Man before Iron Man came out.
Me too. That's the only.
So like when that first came out, I was like, oh, is this a movie about the song? I didn't know what was going on.
And then they end the movie with the song because it's.
They did, and I was like, oh, it is the movie about the song.
It's a movie about the song. Yeah. I think I'm so fucking sick of superhero movies. I'm so fucking done with it. It's so overdone.
I think Black Adam was fine.
Oh, I'm so sick of it. I don't want to watch a fine movie. I don't.
Honestly, I didn't watch it.
Middle of the ground movie.
You want fucking superhero movies to be poetic? Like I don't like. What do you want them to be?
I want them to stop making so many.
Oh.
I want them to slow down and not.
Zach, we have a whole phase we're about to go to. Dr. Doom's about to come here, and he's about to play MF Doom on his fucking little iPod.
That's awesome. I
rap snitches.
The only reason I would be excited for that is so MF Doom can be popular, like mainstream popular.
Oh my god, I am not prepared for everybody to know who MF Doom is. I'm not ready for that.
Do you remember when everyone was listening to Kate Bush because of Stranger Things?
No.
And it was all over TikTok running up that hill.
I do remember that. They only played that one song. They didn't try to like look at her other shit.
Yeah, they're gonna play fucking pot holders, and that you're just gonna hear bong, bow, bow.
If they, oh shit.
I was thinking of rap snitches, like the beginning part.
That's already.
Well, like, people are already memeing that to death, like already.
MF Doom.
Fucking MF Doom.
Mr. Fantastic, what up?
Fuck, man, I'm not sure if I'm ready for commenters to know who MF Doom is. I'm not sure if I'm ready for that.
So my point with superhero movies is that a lot of companies and a lot of stories are making superhero movies. I want to see good movies that happen to have superheroes in them. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Look at Spider-Verse. Spider-Verse is a really good movie about Miles Morales growing up and coming to terms with himself.
I love Spider-Verse.
and
Thank
coming
you.
out of his awkward self, and he meets a lot of great characters. He happens to be Spider-Man. It happens to be a superhero movie. It's not.
He just so happens to be Spider-Man. Yes.
Yeah. Black Adam is a movie about Black Adam, and he's a super cool dude, and he's super, and he fights stuff.
He's a super Mayan.
Yes. And the Superman movie tries to be a movie about like an outsider or something, but it's a movie where he's.
So like, did you not like Batman?
Which Batman?
Something in the
I
way.
did like that Batman. I liked that Batman.
You want to know why? Because it actually fits your narrative that you were just talking about. He just so happens to be Batman.
Yeah, he's just it's a movie about a really sad guy and then an incel, and it happens to be Batman. I think about it. All the superhero movies you like, they're not superhero movies. They're movies that have superheroes in them. Except for like the first couple, because it was novel when like Spider-Man came out to have a superhero movie, because there weren't really superhero movies.
Spider-Man almost immediately just got bit, and he's like, "What?"
Well, that was like the first one. If Iron Man came out today, it would not be received the same way. It would be another.
It would actually be awful, god awful.
Yeah,
it would
be god awful. There's not enough quips.
Because
that's how
something
everyone.
Do
you remember when the Marvel fans were reviewing the Batman, and they were like, "It's not funny. There's nothing funny happening. It's just sad."
There's mad that something was in the way.
That was in the way for the Marvel.
It's okay, eat fish.
Something's in my ass.
Have you seen Chris Reagan's like Twitter thing about it, where like the people who were like criticizing the whole, who were all obviously politicizing everything about like the movie, how like there's like the black representation in it and stuff like that, like his response to it?
No, what did he say?
Oh, he's just fucking like mimicking the guy, like complaining about like set like black characters in the movie, but like over exaggerating it, and he's like, yeah, everybody in this movie's fucking like black, like
Yeah,
like constantly going on a tangent about it, and it was just really funny.
So I stopped caring about like characters who were established as like fucking another race. As soon as they fucking made the Human Torch fucking Michael B. Jordan. That shit
Jordan
fucking
is a good Human Torch though.
Michael B. Jordan had no business being in that movie, but they were like, "Fuck it, make him the Human Torch."
You know what? I hate Disney.
Oh my god!
About this. That's not even an unpopular opinion at this point.
All right.
I hate Disney adults.
I was just thinking
Disney adults are worse than Disney.
Yeah, that's true. That's 100. They're worse than Disney for different reasons. Like Disney's this soulless mega corporation that wants to own everyone, and then Disney adults are just the most annoying person at a Chipotle.
They are encouraging like every like, hey man, let's go remake this movie again.
Yeah.
And fucking they're like,
There's a part of me, and I mean like it goes into conspiracy and stuff like that, but I do believe that Disney understands how to pander and put pandering things in their media, like Coco and stuff. Like I do think
I don't think they need to pander anymore. I think certain Disney adults is just gonna like grab a hold while people who grew up with Disney are like, oh yeah, man, we can go watch that.
I do think that they try to sell culture sometimes, and it's not like they're.
For sure.
Yeah.
Fucking like, fucking Princess and the Frog was a major fucking like, hey, we know black people exist.
Even this Forever movie, like most of the ads I saw weren't about the movie; they were about like just
little black girls.
Black people are awesome, That was like what they were selling. And it's like, this is weird that this is the angle you're going for to sell your.
Unfortunately, the original Black Panther movie is to blame for that.
Yeah.
Have you seen the amount of black people who are like fucking supporting the fuck out of that movie?
Do you remember when Kendrick Lamar took a bus of children to go see Black Panther, and he hyped it
And they all got excited. They all started dancing.
Yeah, and Black Panther is just a B-list superhero movie. And it has nothing to do about anything, and it doesn't say anything for culture. I can't even remember like half the fucking movie. It doesn't say shit.
The movie's bad. The movie's bad to me.
Boring. The graphics look like the PlayStation 2. It looks like
oh my
shit.
god, I talk about this all the time, Zach. Thank you so much.
It's a bad movie. And Disney just touts it around like this is like culture and stuff, so people have to like it. And it's the same thing with Coco. It's the same thing with Encanto. Is that you have to like it, and they're selling it to Mexican people. Mexican people don't want.
I can tell you right now, fucking Mexicans love Coco.
King of Fighters. They just want to play King of Fighters and watch Dragon Ball Z. That's all Mexican people want.
You know what? You're absolutely right. I highly doubt that we'll see a Coco fucking mural outside of like a general store in Mexico, like fucking Dragon Ball Z
but you'll
is.
see Goku serving up tacos.
Yes, bro.
Yeah. I want to
Goku tacos.
I want to see the demographic for who went and saw Coco versus who went and saw.
American Mexicans went to go watch Coco.
Yeah.
American Mexicans went to go watch Coco, but fucking like everybody in Mexico went to go watch Rey Mysterio and Dragon Ball Z.
And listen, see, that's epic and fucking awesome. But listen, I like Coco. I think Coco's a good movie. I haven't seen Encanto, but I think Coco's a really good movie. But I don't like when Disney.
I thought it was good.
Disney tried to copyright Dia de los Muertos. Do you remember?
Oh my god.
Yeah, and that failed obviously because it was.
Fucking Encanto's only good because it was written by the fucking Alexander Hamilton nigga, and like fucking like the songs went hard because of that.
That's the only thing that Disney does good is that they understand that they have to be diverse because they're Disney and they have to sell something, but they actually bring talented, diverse creators out there. That it's good that those people have a voice, you know.
Do you think the songs matter?
Yeah, I think the songs matter.
Do you think the songs is like 50%, 75% of like what makes the movie good or not?
If it's a musical, yeah, it probably is.
All Disney fucking movies are, but like my question to you is like what if a Disney movie has a song, no songs that slap? Will it be remembered as much as like?
There are a couple of Disney movies that I think aren't remembered because they don't have songs that slap.
Toy Story 4 is like super bad because it don't got songs that slap.
Toy Story really doesn't have songs though.
You Got a Friend in Me is like highly regarded as the most influential song.
That's a theme song. It's not like they're breaking into song when they make the movie.
Oh my god, you're absolutely right. Fucking, but like that's not Disney, that's Pixar.
It's Pixar, yeah. Well, I mean, think about like Hunchback of Notre Dame. Do you know any of the songs from that?
Hellfire.
Oh my god, why do you know songs? Well, why do you know songs from Hunchback?
That's just Hellfire. It's a good song. I've listened to it.
That's the only song I know from Hellfire. But I mean, all the songs in The Lion King, they fucking slap.
That's why they remade it, and they're gonna remake it again.
Aren't you? I'm so fucking sick of them remaking shit.
I am dating a Disney adult, and she religiously likes like all the like fucking Lion King renditions. Like fucking she oh my god.
You poor soul. I'm praying for you, D-Dub. I'm praying for you tonight.
Pray for.
Thank you, man. I really need.
Did you see that new Pinocchio live action?
That one's good.
That one's good.
No, the one that's like fucking the animated one. The one that was made by like Guillermo del Toro.
Oh, yeah. See, that's so confusing. They came out with two Pinocchio movies at the same time.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, the Disney one's bad. The Disney one's like boring, and it took out like all the parts that matter.
What?
Yeah, like he's not smoking cigars and drinking beer anymore, and he doesn't like be bad. He's just like, oh no. We probably shouldn't be doing this. We probably shouldn't be drinking root beer.
If he doesn't smoke cigars, then fucking throw the whole movie out.
Yeah, I know. And also, it looks like a PS2 game.
Oh, no!
Yeah, there's some parts that look pretty fucking cheap. And you know what? It's because of Disney Plus and streaming is that if they don't want to work too hard on it, they just throw it on streaming.
Jesus Christ.
It's isn't media so much fun?
Actually, yes and no.
What happened to
Streaming.
the good old days when you'd look forward to watching a certain show at a specific time?
Um,
I will never be able to like
so
live that.
unfortunately, that went away when everybody started getting jobs and they couldn't watch stuff at a certain time.
But it's
Very
Therefore,
true.
streaming was very much like convenient for a bunch of people. I can't tell you how many people's like lives have been saved since like. All right, so like animation started doing this like around like 2014, 15, 16. Steven
Yeah.
Universe used to be released at like a certain time,
Oh,
but most
they
people
did
who watch Steven Universe were fucking grown as people,
yeah.
and they had jobs so they couldn't watch it. So what they used to do is
Steven
fucking
Bombs.
release Steven Bombs,
Yeah.
and that was done on purpose. So fucking the person in question doesn't have to fucking wait all week to fucking watch something that they can't even watch. They can just stream it somewhere, and they can fucking watch everything in tandem.
Right.
And that's where like fucking like that's where the historians started coming in of like, hey, why come people ain't watching TV anymore? I think people realize that they can't anymore.
Yeah. Well, I mean, remember when Smiling Friends came out and they showed the whole season in one night?
And they should.
Yeah, well, they
Goated.
did that because there's a rule that you have to show it on cable first before you can put it on streaming, and they wanted to put it on
Correct.
streaming the next day. So that was their workaround, is they just show it all at once, and now they can put it on streaming.
And it was highly regarded as like the most watched thing at that time.
Yeah.
Fucking everybody was like fucking on it. I
Yeah.
stayed up that entire night to watch the thing while the shit while it aired. Well,
It was
fucking
awesome. It was fucking awesome.
it was a breathtaking like moment because like nobody expected the shit to like drop all at once.
Yeah, it was like
I thought we were just gonna see one episode and call it a day.
yeah, it was like a party. Like, we already turned the TV off my household, and we went on our separate ways to get ready for bed and shit. And then I looked at Twitter, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, it's still going!" And I was like, "Guys, wake up! Guys, wake up! It's still going!" and we watched all of that shit, and it was awesome. But you know what? I will say that Chainsaw Man just ended its first season, and it was doing a weekly thing, and I liked watching it weekly. You know.
That was weekly on streaming.
Yeah, it was
So
weekly on
like
streaming.
that's like different from like you can like actually go out of your way to like see it unless you're like. So obviously it's not coming out like Toonami every week, right?
No,
Like people
yeah,
would probably be pissed off about that compared to
Yeah.
watching it on your own time weekly.
Yeah,
People, a lot of people own. Go ahead.
I think that's the happy medium, is it comes out weekly on streaming, and so everyone's really excited. Oh, it's Tuesday. It's time for Chainsaw Man, you know. I think that was a fun time.
How many streaming networks do you think we need? Like truthfully.
2.
Oh my god.
I think we need 2.
Just straight into it, huh?
Yeah. I thought Netflix, Hulu was perfect. One has movies.
Netflix and Hulu was absolutely perfect. One has fucking a certain shit, and the other has certain shit.
Yeah.
And when everybody was like, "Oh, Family Guy's on Hulu," I guess I'm fucking watching Hulu. Netflix was like, "Yeah, but we got fucking some of the Simpsons."
Do you know what I saw?
What you see?
I saw a fucking ad on YouTube for a streaming service to watch symphony orchestras. Who the
Nigga,
fuck
what?
is that for? Who's that for?
Who is somebody paying? Is somebody paying a premium for that,
Someone
or
is paying like $15 a month to watch orchestra, like just like orchestras play. Why don't you just pay for the ones you want to watch? Why are you paying a monthly subscription for orchestras? Just get the performances you want. Why is there a subscription for that? Like, it's dumb. I hate this subscription thing where you have to get 1 billion subscriptions. I sound like a boomer. I sound like an old fucking man. But it's
so
true.
I think
About it.
we're in our mid-20s, right? And like I guess I can't really relate to like what people who grew up in the 90s who was like complaining about 2000 shit, like, oh man, back in our day. I feel like our comments is like justified, and that's probably because I'm old. I don't know.
Well, like, I think about a couple weeks ago, I wanted to start watching Mr. Robot. I've been hearing good things from friends about Mr. Robot. It's not on. The only thing it's streaming on is Amazon Prime, and I don't have Amazon Prime. And you can't just buy the show and just watch it. You have to watch it on Amazon Prime. Like, you can't even buy the show. And
So like it's like streaming exclusive. Like you can't even like
streaming.
fucking
Yeah, like you have all the streaming services, but there's just one show that you want to watch is going to be on some obscure fucking streaming thing, or it might not be streaming at all, and then you still can't buy it and watch it.
So this streaming and video gaming kind of have like the same like mantra of like, yeah, man, people aren't gonna like fucking watch or play this forever. Let's just get rid of it. And that's why I think that pirating is still epic to this day.
Pirating is like even better now.
Yeah, it's like way better now than like it ever was. There's like literally shit on streaming that's like being like taken off the surface and you won't be able to watch it ever again. But pirating is always there, baby.
Tasumi said you could just buy it on YouTube. I don't want to give YouTube a single fucking penny of my money.
Oh my god.
What is?
But what's your take on video gaming? Where like, hey man, you remember this game you played on PS3? There was like fucking obscure title that you won't be able to ever play again. Well, now it's gone forever. Fucking good luck with that. What you're about to what? You're about to emulate the game on your computer? Oh god. Like fucking.
Nintendo.
So what's your opinion on that?
Nintendo's bad about that. They've always been. Bad.
Maybe if they gave us the shit. Maybe.
I remember recently I wanted to play the old Devil May Cry games, and they're only available on PlayStation through the streaming thing, and I don't want to play the shitty streaming thing. I just want to play the game, but you can't buy the game, but you can play it through streaming. So like, why can't I just buy the fucking game? You know, it's such a weird time. Or like, you can buy the first Ape Escape, but you can't buy 2 or 3. No, you can buy 2, 1, but not 3. Why can't I? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, man, you can play Tekken 2, and that's it. Why else would you want to play all the other Tekkens?
Yeah,
man?
what, you want to play 3? The most popular, best-selling Tekken game? No, you want to play 2.
Fuck you.
If you want to play that, go buy the PlayStation Classic. You know, you remember that console that we made that nobody wanted? You remember that?
You remember that? You guys seen this? You heard about this?
Yeah, man. Pirating's awesome. Emulating is awesome. Like, you can't tell me that like stealing shit from like triple fucking $1 billion companies is not like epic. You can't tell me.
Name giant companies. Oh, you're really hurting their pockets. Yeah,
man. Fucking, I can't believe that you're playing fucking WWE back that shit. You're about 2006.
Ouch. My pockets, please stop.
Ouch, oof, owie, my pockets.
Oof, owie.
Stop,
please. Oh my god, man! Like that's. Does your mic have a feature to where like whenever it peaks, it like goes down?
It's a nice mic. I also move it very far away from my face.
Oh, in that case, you're pretty epic.
This is basically a music mic like you would use at a concert. Like I'm holding it to my mouth.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
When do you think Nintendo's gonna figure it out and give us like, you know, GameCube games and Nintendo 64 games?
I mean, they're in the works of releasing them as they go out with the whole Nintendo 64 online thing.
Now, do you think GameCube games are gonna get released on that?
Yeah.
Do you think that? I think the GameCube eventually might.
They're gonna run.
I don't think that the Switch is strong enough to stream a fucking GameCube game.
That's why I said might.
Fucking everybody's waiting for the Switch 2 Pro to come out. That's never gonna happen.
Never gonna happen.
Yeah.
Every time people mention like another Nintendo console, I'm like, where do you go after the Switch? That's a 2-in-1 console.
And now there's the Steam Deck. And the Steam
Deck
you can pirate games on, and it's really easy.
Yeah.
It's actually super. Like the Steam Deck is super based. Like at this point in time, like it's super expensive, but like what you're getting is like fucking like oodles, like compared to like what you've had before.
Yeah, you're getting like a small PC experience.
You're bringing like. Oh, like I want to play fucking like this game that like nobody else has with the guys. You can just bring your Stream Deck and the fucking the dock and fucking just play it like that. Now it's fucking great.
Yeah, I mean Steam is like one of the only exceptions where you can practically find every game ever made on Steam.
You see that, or just like fucking hack the console and just like put your own shit on there.
Yeah, you can do that too, and it's real easy and it works great. But I mean, Steam isn't like a subscription thing. You can go buy the game and own the game and download the game, and it doesn't have to be.
I haven't seen Steam like take down any games like off their service yet. So like
they should take a couple of them down. Some of them suck, but
a grand majority of them are just like fucking Unity garbage.
Yeah, it's Unity garbage, shovelware, weird porn games.
Weird porn games. Whoa, we don't kink shame around here on Chillcast. We don't
Have
do
you
that.
seen what the fuck is that? Hold on.
Whoa, whoa, Sly man. What is a weird segue that he's doing?
I don't know. Is he doing a segue? I thought he was just.
I think he's doing a bit, man. Let's go ahead and hear him out. Oh my god. What if he doesn't come back? What if he's like murdered like live? This this live won't end. This live won't end if like he's actually like dead.
Yeah,
That
what
was
do you think?
random.
Oh, okay, man. Like me and Sly were just like doing a whole origin.
Yeah,
We were actually thinking the worst about like what was gonna happen.
I was too. I thought it was my neighbor complaining about me screaming, but it wasn't.
Oh,
It was a woman. I opened the door and she held a bag of food out and smiled at me. And I was like, "Do I know this person? I don't think so." And then she was like, "Did you order food?" I said, "No." And she said 10:16. I was like, "Yeah, but I didn't order food." And then she looked behind her, was like, "Oh, it's 10:19. Whoops."
man, you should have fucked her.
Yeah. She's probably still out there. Hold on.
Oh, dude, man, go make your move.
It's a Riz, dude. Off to go Riz.
He said, hold on.
She's gone.
Dude, man, Zach, if you're like black and or a bad person, you would have just took that food.
Why are those hand in hand? Do you know?
Wait, hold on.
Because the TikToks that I always see is always like, some person delivered food to my door, and I took the food. I'm only talking like that because they always use like fucking talk filters on the.
Person took my food.
It's always like the shitty fucking filter voice because like they're afraid to talk on the fucking thing themselves.
I like the chat bot that sounds like Jay Schlatt.
Go on.
He's like, some guy just took my.
Oh yeah, man! Fuck you talk Rocket Raccoon, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Rocket
Raccoon, yeah. Yeah, it's
that's Rocket Raccoon.
Fucking Jay Schlatt.
It sounds like an angry New Yorker.
Shut the fuck up.
It does! I didn't even know it was supposed to be Rocket Raccoon. I spent forever trying to find it. I would search TikTok New York voice.
Shut the fuck up! It was always Rocket Raccoon.
It doesn't sound like Rocket Raccoon.
That's not true.
That's not what Rocket Raccoon. He sounds like.
Oh, but that's what Jay Schlatt sounds like.
Yeah, it is what Jay Schlatt sounds like.
All right, man. I guess.
Because he's from New York and he lives in Austin now. I can go say hi to him.
Fucking Danny DeVito's from New York, but you don't hear him talking.
Me Canyon lives in Austin.
Are there a lot of people that live in Austin I should go stalk?
There's a lot of epic people in Texas.
Thoughts on High on Life? It looks.
Really my god,
pretty good. Fun game.
High on Life is really good. You shouldn't stream it.
Stream it. It looks.
Everybody who's complaining about it is like watching people play it instead of playing it themselves.
Is the game fun?
The game is fun.
The game itself is fun. It's a really fun play.
You're supposed to experience it for the first time, like on your own. Like watching somebody else experience that shit is like not as like tactive as like you fucking like. Oh, like what if I don't shoot this person? The fucking controller starts talking to you. Like fucking it's really good.
Actually, I think it's pretty fun with like a group of like close friends because I had a lot of fun playing this. Well, not multiplayer, but like like sitting down like and watching because sometimes me and my roommate and my girlfriend we just like watch. They watch me play and they're like, "This is pretty fun."
A lot of people think it's religiously like epic or based to make fun of Justin Roiland now because of the whole like Rick and Morty like Pickle Rick fucking fiasco. Everybody thinks it's still cool to like make fun of mans and
I'll make fun of Justin Roiland all fucking day. Are you guys still there?
No.
Oh, okay. See, you thought I was gonna end the podcast, but I didn't. The podcast is still going. It's not gonna end anytime soon. The podcast ended.